name is Josh. Today we will be discussing the life of Joan of Arc. The group members are Brianna, Johnny, Daniel, Gerson, Sana, and myself. Joan of Arc was a Catholic-influenced military leader in the 100 Years' War against the English army. In the video, we will recap Jonah's early life, war life, trial and her death, and lastly, her significance.
Hello, my name is Daniel. Some early life about her. Joan of Arc grew up in a small town in France. Her father, Jacques, was a farmer who also worked as an official for the town. Joan worked on the farm and learned how to sew from her mother, Isabel. Joan was also very religious. When Joan was around 12 years old, she had a vision. She saw Michael the Archangel. He told her that she was to lead the French in a battle against the English. After she drove the French out, she had to take the king to be crowned at Rheims. Joan continued to have visions and heard voices over the next several years. She said they were beautiful and wonderful visions from God. When Joan turned 16, she decided it was time to listen to her visions and take action.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Johnny. Today I'm going to talk about Joan of Arc's war life. When she turned 17 years old, Charles VII finally granted her access to the military war and allowed her to accompany the army to the war site of Orleans, in which was a series of battles between the English and the French. The dates date back to May 4th and May 7th of 1429. Joanne was wounded in one of the battles when she took a arrow to the neck and came back and won the battle. Honestly, that shows a lot of courage from women around this age, because women had little status, and the men who usually took the majority of the fights. And by mid-June, the French had finally beaten the English, and that just proved to be Joan of Arc's greatest achievement. Also, during battle, she wore men's clothing and armor just to distinguish her from being just like a lady, making her a warlike figure. And also, Joan of Arc was really young when this occurred. She was only 17 years old, therefore that just shows a lot of bravery.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm talking about Joan of Arc's trial and her death. She arrived in prison on December 23rd, 1430. She was brought over from where she was caught to England. Her trial was on February 21st, 1431, and one of the things that she was on trial for was dressing like a man in the war. And one thing that was a shock to everybody was that she came to the trial dressed like a man for the whole thing. And then they started off with persecuting her for 70 charges, but because of the lack of evidence, they brought it down to 12. And then she was found guilty and sentenced to death, and spent months in prison just waiting. And then on May 30th, 1431, she was 19 years old, and she was brought to a marketplace filled with thousands of people, and then put on a stake and burned to death. And the one thing that she requested before she burned was a cross from the church, and she held that as she was burned.
Okay, hi, my name is Sana. So I'm talking about the significant facts about Joan of Arc. Her dedication and determination made her the woman of power. And also, since the French accepted her as a woman, as their leader, and this was a time when women were supposed to stay at home. Religion was really important to her. Like when they burned her at the stake, she prayed a lot, because she was she never stopped believing in God, and she was really caring and brave. She helped France in the 100 Years' War. So after she died, around 1456, the people of France realized that she was actually innocent. And in 1920, she was known as the Saint of Joan of Arc, and also from the Roman Catholic Church. And although she was afraid, she did whatever she could to help, because she was really loyal to God.
Hey, my name is Gerson. I'm talking about the importance of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc's significance goes above and beyond her myth and religion. Supposedly, she had never lifted a sword and strictly relied on her prayers to fight for her. Her importance is key as she became a martyr for the Christian faith. No one knows how well her connection to God was, although her life was very well documented. She was a very important figure to the French because she was credited with raising the morale of the French after they had a streak of defeats. Inspired by Joan, the French had risen up. Her actions separated her from everyday heroes, basically putting her on the border of divinity. Because of her, people have a reason to believe in God and rely on His blessings. To this day, Joan of Arc is the name in which hope clings to.